Welcome back to the CTV News, and tonight our road trip, powered by the e-fuel card from Jean-Marie & Sons, takes us to Ti Roche Micoud and to a farm owned by Francis Jackman, a beekeeper extraordinaire. He invited Calabash TV to visit his beekeeping operation there on a day some students in a summer camp were on location. Mr. Jackman intends to develop an ecotourism project which will feature bees as the main attraction. He is promoting the concept of peaceful coexistence with the bees. Deep into the forest in Ti Roche Micoud is a beekeeper who wants St. Lucians to have a love affair with bees.
Yeah, my name is Francis Jackman, a beekeeper from a child, and I have been doing beekeeping for over 45 years.
Mr. Francis Jackman has been involved with bees all his life, from age 8. He has embarked on an ecotourism project which will give visitors to his farm an up-close and personal interaction with bees.
I want to be a beekeeper. No.
You want to be a beekeeper?
I don't want to be a beekeeper.
Why?
I don't like bees.
Why you don't like bees?
They sting.
Mr. Jackman sleeps with bees in a shack on the farm he is developing as a bee attraction. There is a hive protruding from the bedroom window and another in the bathroom. There is one on the steps leading to the upstairs bedroom, and there is one in the balcony.
Do you know about bee stings?
I see a bee.
People pay me to get bee stings.
What? What? I saw it's like an injection, but not an injection.
Where is my
This is part of an education to appreciate bees and to dispel the stigma that bees are inherently violent and should not coexist with humans or in human habitation.
Okay. Hello.
Oh my word! Please don't make them sing. Look at
The ultimate plan is to construct a number of cottages in a bee farm.
The farm I have there is really a farm that I want to have a prototype farm. A prototype farm where it's totally different from other farms, where you can come and sleep with the bees, walk with the bees, work with the bees, and while you're eating, you have the bees around you. And I want people to experience that, where we can come and have a harmony with bees instead of trying to chase bees away. So this farm would be a prototype farm to allow people to understand what bees is all about.
Guests will spend days on the farm walking among bees, learning about them, their value to man's existence, the environment, agriculture, and their economic potential.
The first thing I want them to learn is to take away the fear, because most people in St. Lucia has fear, and the fear is deterring us from doing the things that we have to do. But if we take away the fear, we will be able to have a better scope and a better knowledge with bees, and I'm willing to teach everybody.
The bees! Ah, I'm afraid of bees. Don't take me, you take me. I'm afraid of bees. Hey, you stepping on my back, yo.
Accordingly to what I learned when I was in the US, I learned a lot of things out there, and I really want to pass it on to people in St. Lucia, because we need to come together, and unless we come together we won't be able to see the benefit of what we can achieve in St. Lucia.
Mr. Jackman has studied bees in a formal setting at university and has been a successful beekeeper in Jacksonville, Florida, the United States Virgin Islands, and he has returned to St. Lucia, where he plans to take beekeeping and honey production to a different level.
Because if we have more bees in St. Lucia, a lot of the pesticide we use, we won't have to use it, period, because we would plant more fruit trees. All the farms that had banana, we won't have to use all those touchdown, Roundup, all those different chemicals on our farm. Our children will be healthier, our wife will be healthier, everybody around us will be healthier, and we also will have a healthier community.
He is hoping to do so through education.
Come closer. Okay. I need you to come closer.
And that is why he has hosted students from Timamai events headed by Eliza Victor. They organize field trips that introduce students to a range of professions. Today, the students are thrilled to learn about bees.
This year what we're doing, it's called Jobs We Do summer camp. So I'm trying to introduce the children between 5 to 12 to different professions that they can become engaged in aside from being a doctor or a lawyer, or just to broaden their minds about what they can do as they go through life, so that they can get a better view of what's out there in the world and get an experience that they would not normally get from their day-to-day lives.
And you chose beekeeping this time around? Or?
Well, we have several professions. Beekeeping is just one of them that we're doing.
If you're afraid of bees and then you encounter with a hive, it will sting you.
Jill, you heard? You must freeze and
Will sting you because bees can sense fear. And anytime there is fear in you, the bees will sense it.
Bees are something we're afraid of, and we don't see it as something that we can become engaged in. But today we had some students who were afraid of the bees, and they actually held it, and they were able to actually go into the hive and look and get a broader idea of what beekeeping entails.
Mr. Jackman plans to intensify his education campaign. The objective is to dispel all negative notions about bees.
I need forestry to be on that journey, because forestry will be able to help us to have enough trees. Then we need agriculture to work within our perimeters to do those things also. We have so many farmers in St. Lucia that walk away from banana, and those same farmers can do bees. And if we have those same farmers doing bees, we will be in a better environment, because to my knowledge we had 17,000 farmers doing banana, and we don't even have 400 farmers.
My name is Stanley Maxime. I'm from the Upper Auger region. I was introduced in beekeeping, which is something that I never thought I'd be doing right now. I always had this fear and phobia for bees, and after being trained and understood the world of bees, it changed my whole aspect about bees, about nature, because maybe at one point in time I would not think about, I would just cut trees without thinking. And today now, as being in bees now, I realize bees need those same pollen and nectars from them. Then I have a lot more respect for nature as a whole.
My name is Rowan Joye, and I'm from Labrie, and I'm part of the Labrie Bee project.
I'm Calabash and I'm part of the Labrie Bee project. This project is funded by Food for the Poor, which is an organization with headquarters in Miami. And the project is a good one. It has been recently completed in May with the acquisition of our hives, where 3 families were involved, 2 from Auger, 1 in Lower Auger, 1 in Higher Auger, and 1 from Labrie. The project was primarily to have persons get an escape from poverty, from extreme poverty, if you want to call it that, and to educate them so they could have a trade, if you may, or a career, a source of employment where they could help the earth and themselves.
Based on that now, we start to work, and then we start to facilitate training with Jackman. We came here for training. We had training until we reached the point where we acquired our own hives. We bought our own hives. We started off with 12 hives. 4 in each location for each different family. Each of the 3 families have 4 hives.
Mr. Jackman wants other farmers to think of the potential in beekeeping. He says the education process has to involve policymakers in the Ministry of Agriculture and officers who work with the farming community. He believes there is a lot to be done to change the attitude towards beekeeping and to facilitate the development of beekeeping and honey production as an industry.
Now we can go out on our own and extract a hive or catch a swarm, and the stigma of bees being aggressive and will always attack you once you come in contact with them, that's gone, because the way Mr. Jackman works his bees is different from conventional beekeeping. So the bees stay calmer, and you almost need no protective gear.
Somebody else, hold it.
Me.
Go in the center.
Facilitate the development of beekeeping and honey production as an industry.
So he can have a picture.
Mr. Jackman is committed to working with interested persons from around the island in advancing a beekeeping and honey production industry. Farmers in Auger and Labrie spent 6 months with Mr. Jackman in learning about bees and beekeeping and have now started their own beekeeping ventures.
It can work everywhere. We can have it in residential area, we can have it also in hotels. We just have to do it and educate people. The most important thing is education. If we have education, we can master anything. But if we don't have education, we are behind in everything. And so that is why I'm asking for the education officer. We can have it in school. We need to have bees in school. We need that, because if we have bees in school, children will, the fear will come out of children, and then we will have a better community also. So I think that is something we need to have in all the different departments. What I'm doing, I'm just smoking so that I can calm them.
How does the smoke calm them?
It makes them think the hive is on fire, so they run to get honey to leave. That's what happens.
My name is Ifan Kistner and I am from the Emmanuel SD Combined School. I learned that the queen bee lays her eggs inside of the comb and the worker bees feed the eggs royal jelly.
You see this? This is a new comb they built within last week to this week.
This sealed in it. It has eggs in it.
Yeah, this is drones.
Yeah.
You see the holes is bigger?
Yeah. So what, the drone's job is to make big holes?
And no, the workers make big holes for the drones. You see over here is smaller. If you watch the holes, you can see the difference in the holes.
My name is Caitlin Kistner and I am from the Emmanuel SDA Combined Schools. I learned that the drones can sting and only the worker bees and the queen can sting.
My name is Dana James and I'm from the Plainview School. I learned that bees are very important because they pollinate our flowers in St. Lucia and other countries.
This is the brood. The brood is capped and the larva is not capped. Inside of here I have larva, but it's
dripping honey on it.
What's brood?
Okay,
Brood are eggs.
Let me shake
Baby
off.
bees.
Look at that big one. Whoa, look at all of them.
Justine, stay where you are. You are going to
okay.
stay where you are.
My name is Zion Joy Saltibus. I attend the Plainview Combined School and today I learned that the queen bee feeds only on royal jelly and I saw a picture of royal jelly and that drones do not sting. They have no stinger.
If you watch, you can see things like worms inside.
You see them, Anthony?
Oh, that's lava.
That's lava.
Yes.
Awesome.
Just now, Jojo, you will see just now.
Awesome. I need to get
Watch them.
Watch
No,
them,
stay,
Ethan. You
stay
see them good?
You see it? You can see it? See them?
I know that these are not hurting you.
Yeah, that's lava and that's brood. The brood is capped, larva is still in the pupil stage.
My name is Joaquin Anthony and I'm from the Viewford School. Thank you because I learned about a lot of bees today.
Now, why did it sting, huh?
Now,
Because it wants to leave.
look another one.
Keep the noise down. Keep the noise down.
It's huge.
So you see honey at the bottom. It's capped, honey at the bottom. This is brood. And let me see if I can see pollen for you. It has pollen, but not much pollen.
The white one had a few cups of pollen.
Yeah.
Those are
So
worker
all that
bees.
is brood. About to hatch. That will hatch soon.
Are those worker bees?
All of these. Okay. Look, this is a drone.
Look at the drone. The drone is big.
This is a male.
I haven't seen.
And
You can hold it.
No!
No, this won't do you nothing.
don't sting.
It don't sting. You can hold it.
They
Good
don't sting.
boy.
Look another one.
Squeeze it.
No, they don't sting. Even though you
That's
sting.
Hold it. You wanted to hold
Okay,
it.
let me try.
It's
They
harmless.
don't have a stinger, so they cannot sting.
I still don't want to hold the bee.
Okay.
You can hold it. You can feel it. You can feel. Don't worry. Don't worry. It won't sting you. You can hold
I am Giles Anthony. I attend the Plainview Combined School. I learned that bee vomit is honey and we drink
we drink honey for like medicine. My name is Ryan Amsterdam and I attend the Emmanuel SD Combined School. I learned that drones cannot sting, and when queen bees sting you, the intestine doesn't come out, but when worker bees sting you, the intestine comes out and they die.
You cannot hold any. If you hold those workers, they can sting you. But the drone, you can hold it. I can hold anything because even though they sting me, I don't have a problem. So you see the difference. All that is brood. Now this is drones. You see how they have the drones on one side and the brood on one side.
And show them one that just hatching. Look up by your hand up there coming out. It's just coming out. Yeah.
Right. Look at drone hatching. Look. Look.
Wow.
You see it's just coming out of the cocoon. Just now, eh?
The boys in the back.
That one's stinging.
Look it right here. It's just popping out.
I cannot see. I want to see.
Kathleen wants to see over there.
Yeah, just now, eh? Look, you see it? Right there.
Let me see. It's trying to come out.
Exactly.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Today is its birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
So you all see it? Let me see if I see a worker coming out. That's good, eh? That's good.
This activity today, I personally think we should have so many more activities like this with students, teachers, police officers, fishermen, everyone, because the misconception of bees and the lack of education or the miseducation about bees is so rampant that we need to have our thoughts straight in terms of what's the importance of bees, what are the importance of bee products to our life, to the earth, you know, so many things.
All the byproducts like soap, cream, vinegar, energy booster. I also have skin care. I do all those things from honey and the products from bees. So that in itself will sell itself and let people know that we can make a big change in the bee world. So this, I will say, this is a productive hive that is working very good.
The beekeepers advise to St. Lucians: appreciate bees, do not fear them, learn which plants, flowers or trees are most beneficial to bees, and lessen the use of pesticides and agrochemicals which could destroy bees.
My final words is I need the Prime Minister, the Agriculture Minister, Health, Education, all of those ministers to come in the game, because we need them. We need them, and if all of us come together as one, we would be able to make a better St. Lucia.
It's usually yellow. It's usually yellow, but this one is spoiled. So this is a puadu tree.
But it doesn't like tamarind.
No, it looks like tamarind, yeah, but it's puadu. I don't know that. I guess sweet peas.
Look, that has some yellow in it.
Where?
That up there.
Oh yeah, this.
But
Okay,
that's
so.
tamarind. Look.
No, it's not tamarind. It's called puadu.
What's inside of it?
It's a like the tamarind, but it's sweet.
But they are sweet.
Calabash TV will keep monitoring this story and bring updates on the ecotourism project being developed by Francis Jackman, and we will also report on the progress of the Labrie beekeeping project. Our roadshow was powered by e-fuel card from Jean-Marie & Sons. That concludes our newscast tonight. I am Natalie Judy Fanis. Good night. Stay safe.